How would someone go about lowering the crime rate? Today I'm going to be telling you about the history of hip hop. There are three main things I want to get to. The first thing is the Grandmaster Flash era / the beginning. The second is the violence era / stop the violence era. And last will be the progressive era, or the era we're in right now. Okay, in the beginning, Grandmaster Flash was one of the founding fathers of hip hop. Basically, to create the beats, they isolated funk and soul beats, the percussive part of them, and gave them life, basically. They isolated those and then played them at block parties in the Bronx. So basically, hip-hop, the Bronx is where hip-hop came from. Since hip-hop was fairly new, there was no words to it or anything yet, so the hip-hop as we know it today was barely being born. This is a picture of the almighty Grandmaster Flash. Next, I'm going to be talking about the violence / stop the violence era. In this violence era, rap had barely made a name for itself because now people got so familiar with it that they started adding words, and basically the gangster rappers such as NWA with Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Eazy-E, they basically created this facade that all rappers were gangsters and there wasn't any other type of rapper, just gangster rappers talking about drugs and killing. In turn, that rose the American crime rate. It rose it by 4% in the nation. And to the American people, that was bad. So to stop this and reverse this, all the gangster rappers of that time came together and created two songs. One of them was We're All in the Same Gang, and the other song was Stop the Violence. And in these two songs, they basically just explain their point on how to stop violence and stop killing each other, basically. Last, I'm going to be informing you about the progressive era. And in this era, which we are in right now, rappers are becoming more and more skilled, so their art, so we're going to call it art now because that's the type of skill level they are at. So when they create a song or a verse, they put so much thought into it. It's an art form for them now. And the people I want to get to on this is the rap group known as Black Hippy. These four people right here, they're basically from the same place as NWA, but preach a whole different message. Their message is about being able to express yourself and also being able to live without regrets and stuff like that. And rappers now today are more focused on being an empire and trying to spread the wealth and not focused on killing each other, drugs, and stuff like that. If they do talk about that, then they're talking about their life before they became a rapper. In conclusion, I just told you three aspects of hip-hop. The first one I told you was the beginning era with Grandmaster Flash. Next, I told you about the violence era with NWA. And last, I tell you about the movement era / progressive era with TDE / Black Hippy. Well, you know how I asked you about how would you go about changing the crime rate? Well, the only thing you need is a couple gangsters with changed hearts and a good beat. That's a great way to start.